Debauchery looks fun, but it's just not that much fun.
Greetings, debaucherers. No, this is not me writing it. It is Ghostwriter. He somehow survived Vegas, or at least didn't have to take a life insurance policy out on himself and fake his own death. He's done it before. It's kind of the reason he goes by Ghost in that part of his name. Holy shit, have all these recaps just been a setup for that joke? I should be impressed, but something tells me that it's the Adderall meth supplement dosings he got in Vegas. I see they're still working a few days later. On to the recaps. We're going to start off with All That Yaz versus Pat's 72-74 A's. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of crestfallen the leading paragraph wasn't about the Giants sweeping the Dodgers, but I figure that'll happen again soon. I'll have to remind Ghosty when it happens. Yes! For Pat, Aaron Judge continued his Adrian Beltre-esque tear, hitting 3 bombs and more counting stats than I want to even say. For Yazzie, Jiz Chasm and Chryst Barper had 2 bombs and a bag each. You see, you're just doing that on purpose, Ghosty. For those of you wondering, yes, that was what was written, and I'm channeling my inner Ron Burgundy. He doesn't actually listen to these damn things, does he, Ghostwriter? Nah. I'm going to gloss over the pitching stats because it does look like Gettysburg. Yazzie pulls out a couple of close categories, takes the matchup 6-3. Bye, baby! Next, we had a matchup of Dylan's second-place squad, Rock the Vote, versus Sierra's cellar-dwelling Boobs in the outfield. The Boobs had a good support on offense, with Vladito and Marsh hitting 2 bombs. However, Dylan's squad hit like a fucking tornado. Reese Hoskins hit 3 bombs after getting Joe Girardi's mandatory butt plug out of his ass, and Dylan's whole outfield and utility spot had 2 bombs each, except for Byron Buxton, who hit 5 because, hey, he was healthy for a week. Dylan's pitching looked like they were throwing batting practice and not actually game pitches, with an ERA over 6 and a whip over 1.5. The Boobs perked up in these categories, sweeping all 5 of them. Neither team was able to get a stolen base, so Sierra's clean sweep of the pitching categories crowns her the winner 5-4. Congrats!
Damn, look at them titties!
Next, we had Dr. Hoptologist versus 108 Stitches. Alberto might have been blasted out of his mind in Vegas, but the doctor does not sleep. For that doctor, Gary Sanchez returned to his Yankees form with a 125 OBP for the week. The rest of his lineup was hopping, however, as he got numerous contributions throughout the roster. Gonna highlight Lou Bob's 4 stolen bases and leave it at that. Stitchy's offense was pretty solid as well, with Joe Ram doing Joe Ram things with bombs, bags, and a plethora of counting stats as he feasted on ace pitching over the weekend. Pitching is where it got weird, as Stitchy employed the never-failing strategy of not giving a fuck and still nabbing ERA and whip. She's actually kind of breaking the Dominatrix award. Hope her boyfriend's having fun. Who wouldn't? Optologist takes this one 7-3. Next, we had a matchup of last year's Cripple Fight regulars, Fukin versus You Don't Score Until You Score Baseball. For Scott, Jock Peterson got stage fright or something and didn't hit a bomb this week. Maybe Dave Roberts knows something about him other teams don't. No. The only thing Dave Roberts knows is how to piss off fantasy baseball managers and lose to the Giants. Hey-o! It's bye, baby! There were a number of solid but not standout performances from both sides' lineups. Andrew won OBP by 2 points and Bags were tied. Pitching is where things get interesting again, as Andrew had 5 fewer innings and 5 more strikeouts than his opponent. Also murdered in the ratio stats and put up a very nice 8 solds. Andrew takes this one 7-2, which is just good enough for beatdown of the week. Next, we had Charlie's Frankie Spanky BBs versus Kyle's Dingers Swingers. Charlie's offense looked like Jimmy's toilet the morning after hammering 5 consecutive chili dogs at 3 a.m. If there was a way I could broadcast roofies to you guys so you could forget that sentence, trust me, I would. I'd probably also put a Man U jersey on Albert with a Chiefs hat to finish the ensemble. Unrelated. Chili dogs. Yeah.
It was so bizarre and so grotesque.
Charlie's offense had 4 bombs. At least he got 5 bags and 1 OBP and also nabbed the ratio stats in pitching. For Kyle, he probably terrorized house cleaning after spilling some chili dog sauce on his bed. Okay, maybe that was Cody, but it was still his room. What is happening? This is so niche. Nobody's going to get this. Anyways, for Kyle, Willie Adames returned and hit 2 bombs. Acuna added 3, and he got a buttload of bombs from the rest of his squad. Yes, that's what Ghosty wrote, buttload of bombs. Perhaps that Adderall meth mix is wearing off on him. And of course, Kyle Wright had a double start and got 2 quality starts. For Kyle's everywhere. The rest of Kyle's pitching was good enough, and he takes the matchup 6-4.
So grotesque.
Next up, we had Jimmy's Drive Monkey Drive versus Rick's High and Tight. You know, there was some cool stuff that happened here, but nothing really too out of the ordinary, So we're going to get sidetracked and mention some Vegas trip highlights from Ghosty. Oh, God. Oh, good luck, everybody. Day one was a lot of sports watching, and the whole squad bet on the Colorado Avalanche, which is hockey for you baseball purists out there. The Avs were down 3-0 early in the second period. Damn it. Dom changed his name, and now we still got to say the word period on this program. Wunderbar. Jimmy went to shoot some craps, and 90 minutes later, Ghosty was up at craps, sloshed at the table, and the Avs came back and won 5-4 in overtime. Numerous toasts were had, then after having drank profusely, they went to Caesar's Palace Buffet, which was amazing. But no one's stomach was ready for the meat onslaught, giggity, and everyone left with awful tummy aches. Good Lord, Ghosty, tummy ache? Really? I digress. The crew got lost in Caesar's Palace, as is tradition when you follow wherever the fuck Jimmy leads because he can't read signs, speaking from experience. Kyle, the Vegas Virgin, got to see the Mirage Volcano and the Venetian. And Dom ordered a yard-long max alcohol slushie from the get-go. That was a terrible idea. Somehow he smuggled it into the Uber, though. Cold balls be damned. The next day, Jimmy's degenerate gambling paid off as he had a $1,200 jackpot at the D, because I guess the D is the only place where he gets lucky. Hey-o! He also did well in the sports betting department, hitting a 4-leg baseball parlay while being too drunk in a pool to notice. And yes, chili dogs did happen soon after. Good Lord, the chili dogs are back. Great. The third and final day, they all got lost in Caesar's Palace for a second and third time. As well, they went to some actually cool places like the Bellagio Fountains and the Cosmopolitan. Some epic shit happened that night for Ghosty, but you'll have to ask him later because he's getting carried away, and I will end this tale now. I'm sure you'll find him at Lamppost bragging if it was sex, that braggy bragger, and if it isn't sex, well, I'm sure it's actually worth the story. He ended up defeating Rick 7-3 because this is still a baseball recap. Congrats, you really needed that one, Ghosty. Oh, and the victory.
Gotcha, bitch!
Lastly, we had our hyped-up matchup, Dom the Dominator versus Devon's the Wander Years. The reigning champ versus the undefeated upstart. The week started off sizzling with Dom taking an early lead. Marcus Semien has apparently found his bat again as he clubbed 3 bombs and snatched 2 bags. Kyle Schwardaddy, added a couple more bombs and a bag. However, as the week pressed on,
he had to split.
It's an odd cut, not gonna lie, that's a deep one. Devon's offensive production went parabolic as every player in his lineup hit a bomb this week. Devon punted the quality pitching stats and nabbed 2 ratio stats, won home runs by 1, and squeaked 2 OBP points above Dom to take this 7-3 lead and maintain his undefeated streak. Fuck. Do I have to congratulate him? It doesn't say. Ghosty didn't put an answer here. I'm just going to say no, and please lose next week. Let's see. Who's he playing? Oh, Ghost Rider. Yeah, that's going to be another win for the Wander Boy. Well, you know what? Let's do some actual congratulating with some awards. The Jose Royd Seiko Award goes to Dylan and his team Rock the Vote. Shout out to a healthy Byron Buxton for 5 bombs. Congrats to you, sir.
Hadouken!
The Oakland Liquor Store goes to... We're just giving out the entire liquor stores in Oakland now. Whatever. Devin wins this one with 8 stolen bags for the week.
Heineken, fuck that shit!
The Dominatrix of the week goes to, shocking, Samantha. Who else? With an incredible whip. If her boyfriend isn't into it now, he will be soon. He also might be turning a little red.
What color is my underwear?
Smashing!
Choke of the week goes to Dylan's Rock the Vote, who lost to last place Sierra. No, Dylan, that's not a sea cucumber.
What are you doing, step bro?
And last but certainly not least, Debauchery of the week goes to the aforementioned Sierra and her team Boobs in the outfield. Everybody wins when it's boobs.
Damn, look at them titties!
Well, that's it from Ghosty and I, and before I go, I will leave you with 2 horrifying words you'll never be able to think of the same way again. Chili dogs. I'm going to go throw up now. Ghost Rider.